What is up, guys? Phoenix Echo here, aka the Gold Pidgeotto. And as always, you guys can already see where I'm at. I live here. But anyway, so today's video, as always, vlogging. It's just a rant. So I have actually been at work today since like 7 o'clock, 7:05 a.m. And I'm not scheduled to actually start my day until like right now it's 9. So like I just clocked in. But whenever I got here, I literally like took maybe like a 20-minute nap, woke up, and was just like, yeah, I really don't want to sit here bored as hell for like almost 2 hours. So I went ahead, off the clock, and just went ahead and kind of set up the store, did a bunch of my opening manager, procedures. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, oh, why are you going to work off the clock? Why are you not going to get paid for it? Well, I'm only scheduled X amount of hours per week, and I'm not allowed to go over that. I could get in like there could be serious repercussions if I go over the amount of hours that I'm scheduled, which I find ridiculous. I was like, I want money. I would like to work. But you know what? It is what it is. And in order for me to keep my job, I'm just going to follow what rules were put in place. Oh, that was a good one. But so, no, I was here at 7 o'clock in the morning. I actually woke up around probably 5:30, 5:45 this morning, was outside and on the public transit bus about 6:25 this morning. And I absolutely hate city buses with a passion. As many of you guys know, whenever this COVID stuff really started to become a major issue, well, here in my town anyway, I'm trying to think of how to word it now. Okay, so a few of the public transit bus drivers came down with the coronavirus, and once that happened, majority of my coworkers here said, no, you're not taking the public buses anymore. So I started getting rides to work, rides from work, back home, whatever. And then now it's kind of become like an issue with transportation. Like a lot of the coworkers that I have that I've known for quite some time, they have different schedules than me. Like say I'm scheduled maybe a mid shift, or I'm scheduled off at a certain time, and they're scheduled to close, or a few hours difference. Like they can't just up and leave and take me home, especially if they're another manager who's the manager in charge for their shift. So it's made things a lot more difficult, and I absolutely hate it. I'm really hoping that I can get a car soon. Like one of my buddies here, one of his family members is selling a car for like $700, and that's like $700 like for my price. If they sell it to anybody else, then they're gonna sell it for a much higher price, which is fair. The thing is, I've got maybe like till the middle end of this month roughly to try to come up with about $700 to buy this car. And then I have to, of course, title, registration, tags, and then try to find the cheapest like liability insurance. Even like I cannot afford full coverage on a car. Like literally anything more than like $100 for insurance is way out of my budget range. I've kind of explained a little bit about that, and I'll probably explain it in like a bit of a different video to show you guys like honestly how I live. What do I budget? How do I live financially, either on a week to week, month to month type of basis. But anyways, back to like kind of what I'm talking about here. It's like the bus scares the hell out of me. Um, you honestly, you never know who could have the coronavirus. Um, oh, funny story to tell you guys. This morning, right? So it's probably about 6:45 in the morning, like not even 3 hours ago, and I'm coming up the road right towards work. Well, we picked up this guy almost 100%, like I think almost 100% that he was homeless. Um, Literally, dude gets on the bus. You could tell he was, definitely an alcoholic. Like he just reeked of it. Dude was stumbling. Dude was talking to himself. If he was trying to talk to other people, nobody could understand him. So it's kind of a funny story and it's kind of gross, but it was like, so this guy, he sits up towards the front of the bus, right? He takes his mask off, grabs out a roll of TP from his Kroger bag that he's got. He wraps a few layers around his hand. He blows his nose into it. Like, just went to town, blowing his nose, clearing it all out. And then instead of, kind of folding it back up, whatever, putting it back in his bag, this dude literally just goes, oh, it, he ate it. This guy just blew his nose, stuck it in his mouth, chewed it up, swallowed. Like, and then just started laughing at himself and talking to whomever he was talking to. You know, it's gross, but you see some weird things being in a in a more public space. A lot of people that have cars that drive around, yeah, you might witness some crazy things here and there, but honestly, it's like, yeah, driving is definitely a privilege. Like not having a car for the people that have to walk everywhere or take public bus, people that have to rely on that, it's a much different story. And I'm just gonna say it absolutely sucks. Like I would love to have my car, love to go places, love to do other things and not have to look at this city for even so much as a day. Um, but honestly, my honest 100% opinion is that most everybody in the world has the coronavirus. Whether or not we show symptoms of it is a completely I don't know how to really explain it too much, but it's kind of like, the guy that I handed a pizza to yesterday through the drive-through window. That guy could have had it. He probably does have it. It's kind of like I feel like we're just transmitting it back and forth like consistently through, you know, like I said, I could be honest. I could potentially have it. Me making pizza, me touching a pizza box. Like, it's one of these, like, I'm handing it to somebody. I could be transmitting it to somebody not even knowing it. You know, a customer that hands me their money to pay for their food, they could have it. They could be transmitting it to me. I'm not trying to scare anybody here. I'm just being somewhat realistic, I guess. It's like I just feel like everybody has it in some form. And I know there's people out there that have been tested and they're like, they did their quarantine and things of that sort, but at the same time, you've potentially got it again some way, somehow, whether it be through, like I said, transactions, like money, food. Hell, you could touch a doorknob that somebody else has touched. Unless you are literally like sanitizing every single, like, I've seen some people like coming into this store, they will literally have like a disinfectant wipe and they will wipe down the front door handle before they even open it. Or, you know, we take care of everything. We wear gloves and hand sanitize counters and every surface that we possibly can, but it still could be airborne, could be surface borne, You never know. That's the scary thing to me. Some people are still like, "Oh, it's not a big deal." Other people are like, "Oh, it's huge." Well, working in the food industry, I take it seriously. Like, I don't want to take it home and infect my girlfriend, things of that sort. It's like, and I know that maybe whomever in this world has COVID, maybe they're not gonna, end up in the hospital on ventilators and things of that sort. Another like strong opinion that I have on all of this, and people are probably gonna think I'm crazy or think it's some kind of conspiracy theory, things of that sort. But I kind of feel that, what if this is like a government controlled thing? What if, the government or governments of this world decided, to get together and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna infect the world and make this a huge problem as a way of population control. Like, you never know. Population control of the world, not just of one specific place. And it could be like, yeah, we're going to infect the world with blah, 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 blah. And then when the time comes for, it's like, okay, this amount of people have passed away. And I know that as many people die every day, there's just as many kids born every day. But it's kind of like, oh, we're going to infect this, kill a certain amount of people, and then be like, out of nowhere, boom, here's the vaccine, save everybody, and let's repopulate the earth. Things of that sort. Like I said, you guys are probably thinking, oh, I'm crazy as hell, or it's a conspiracy theory. It's just my mind thought about that. But, besides that, I think that most people in this world, if not almost everybody, has some form of COVID-19. I don't know much else to say. Don't take my words seriously. These are all just thoughts and opinions and random rants, things of that sort. It's about 9:15 in the morning now. I'm actually going to start my actual day, get things rolling. Let's see if I've got any surprise pizza orders popping up on me this morning. Doesn't look like it just yet. But anyways, guys, I love you very much. Be safe out there. Take care of yourself and each other. Take it easy.